Okay everyone, SurferClock here, and I'm at the base of a very large, extremely volatile volcano. Jack, TAP-G, and I have to trek up to the top to pitch in the ring.
Oh, remind me why we're here.
The ring, TAP-G. We have to destroy the ring.
This seems a trifle over the top, don't you think?
I know! I mean, it couldn't just be thrown into the bottom of the ocean or something?
Because if it was within reach of Davy Jones, it will never be out of the hands of any pirate who seeks out this one ring of power. Now let's go, men!
Oh, nice one, Jack. We go through all this trouble for all this Lord of the Rings subtlety, and you ruin it with a straight-up quote. You know, this may be a perfect time to let my split personality come out.
TAP-G?
And why do you keep lugging that laptop around?
We got our final episode to record, man!
Can't this wait? I can't...
TAP-G, are you okay?
I'm dreadfully apologetic, my good colleague and associate. It seems as though your fellow associate is not available presently. Allow me to introduce myself. You may address me as G-Bat, the yin to his yang, if you will.
You have got to be kidding me.
Kid, sir. I'm afraid these forms of frivolity are beneath me. I neither kid, joke, giggle, titter, guffaw, chortle, or bamuse.
Okay, whatever. Would you be able to help me with today's review?
I shall be honored. Today, my compatriots, we are presently concluding this daftly titled Mainsail March in all its lowbrow alliterations by analyzing this attraction of commemorative legacy and frivolity of illegal nautical shenanigans in the tropical Western Hemisphere.
Can you stick to layman's terms?
I did.
Fine then, I'll do it. Alright everyone, today's the day. It all comes down to the one and only original attraction that started it all. Pirates of the Caribbean. What became phenomenon unto itself began quite unassumingly. It started out as, of all things, a walk through wax museum. Originally, you would walk by these life-size, lifelike figures of history's most barbaric buccaneers. But soon, problems emerged.
What sort of issues arose?
Well, for one, walkthroughs are great when a lot of room is available. Unfortunately, people gawking at the pirates would have disrupted the flow of traffic. There needed to be a way to escort people through smoothly. The answer came in the 1964 World's Fair. A company known as Aero Development co-invented an underwater water jet propulsion system with Disney that smoothly pushed along large, wide bateaus through a narrow riverway. The first attraction to put this into use was It's a Small World.
It's a small world after all.
No, we're not doing that!
What? It's a great song!
Which doesn't excuse it being on your insipid countdown at number 1.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it. Also, with the development of audio animatronics to make convincing human-like actions over at great moments with Mr. Lincoln, Disney felt confident to forge ahead with more human audio animatronics. These two inventions, the propulsion system and the audio animatronics, got Walt Disney excited enough to reinvent his Pirate Wax Museum idea, and soon work began on a full-blown pirate ride, with master of all things ethereal, Claude Coates, designing the dark scenery, former animator Mark Davis creating series of funny vignettes, and Xavier Atencio, who penned a cute little pirate song that he wrote just for kicks and giggles. And he got the surprise of his life when Walt actually approved it as the ride's theme song. That's right, yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
I possess a tidbit of minuscule knowledgeable information concerning Mr. X Atencio.
Shoot.
The skull whom beseeches friendly farewell and word of warning in California had his voice provided by Mr. Atencio.
Really? Well, that's kind of cool.
And you...
G-Pack?
Ow! Did some humorless stiff just try to steal away the co-host title from me? If I ever find that uptight stick in the mud, I swear I'll... send him to Davy Jones' locker. Did you see him? What he looked like?
About your height, roughly your weight, approximately your skin color, same style clothes in general, and he wore a black cowboy hat.
Sounds like he should be too hard to find, then. Where are we in the review?
Opening day at Disneyland.
Gotcha. On March 16, 1967, the ship Columbia on Disneyland's Rivers of America was plundered by renegade pirates and led the astonished reporters and guests to the brand new ride at New Orleans Square, complete with using a battering ram to pound the doors open. A very elaborate opening ceremony, but... Oh, wait, why don't they do this anymore? That sounds awesome!
The ride was an immediate success, so much so that Disney decided it would not open in Florida's Magic Kingdom.
Oh no, no heat didn't.
That's right. Disney rationalized that since Floridians are so close to the real Caribbean and actual pirate lore, the guests wouldn't care. Not only did the locals want their own Pirates ride, but Walt Disney World soon became the travel destination for mostly travelers and not locals. So, rather hastily, in the space that would have been occupied by Frontierland's river expedition, Disney added Pirates of the Caribbean on December 15th, 1973, 7 years to the day after Walt Disney's death. As Disney hoped, it became yet another smash hit, and became a standard ride at all Magic Kingdoms around the world.
But despite its immense popularity, it went through several changes. All of them. In the 90s, certain scenes of the ride became taboo.
This way, men!
A few scenes had guests vexed over a few inappropriate jokes, like where the pirates chased the women. Oh, and there's the pooped pirate.
Pooped pirate?
Pooped pirate.
Dare I ask?
At first, the pooped pirate, an obese mustached buccaneer, would lie by the barrels, a woman's pink slip in hand, much to the horror of the seemingly topless young lady hiding in the barrel behind him. To boot, he bragged that he was willing to share, I be.
Ooh.
Yeah. The pooped pirate eventually changed to a guy who's just overstuffed with the town's food.
But the most significant alteration came in 2006 on the heels of Disney's first billion-dollar movie, Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest, by adding Davy Jones, making the pirate Captain Barbossa, adding Jack Sparrow to 3 separate show scenes, and the storyline even changed so that pirates weren't looking for treasure, but instead out for Sparrow's hide.
Pick up the pace, men! It's not too much further, I should say.
Shall we commence the attraction's sequential presentations?
If that means ride-through, then yes. Since the one in Florida is so close to the Caribbean, it's based off of a real structure in San Juan, Puerto Rico, the Castillo de San Felipe del Morro. Here, it's the Castillo del Morro. Once upon a time, there used to be 2 queues, starboard and port, that would take you to the loading area. Today, it's 1 queue and the other is now a Fast Pass Plus queue.
In the Fast Pass queue, look for the 2 pirate skeletons engaged in eternal stalemate. This chess move is noted to be a genuine move of perpetual stalemate to construct an elaborate joke. How droll.
Once you're in your bateau, away you drift into the caverns, the tombs of several pirates. You first encounter a mist curtain with the face of Blackbeard threatening you. Now, this was a 2011 update from the mist screen of Davy Jones himself used since 2006. This portion of the ride has been revamped, themed to 2011's Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. In addition to Blackbeard, you can also see a mermaid skeleton, and you hear Sirena, the mermaid, singing Jolly Sailor Bold. And then, a waterfall!
You arrive at the fort under attack by Barbossa aboard the Wicked Wench, demanding Jack Sparrow's release, as is a hook-handed pirate who keeps dunking the mayor, much to the shock of his horrified wife. Little does anyone see Jack slyly spying on them all nearby.
Next is the controversial bride auction scene, where the redhead can barely wait, and neither can the hardy lass up for bid by the auctioneer, voiced by Paul Frees, the Haunted Mansion's ghost host himself. After that is the chasing pirates and the pooped pirate scene, where the sinful buccaneer is now brandishing a key and studying a map while Jack looks on.
Preceding this moment is the attraction's frivolous attempts to entertain via musical interlude with lyrics pertaining to various debaucheries, degeneracies, depravities, and other illicit practices, such as arson.
In other words, setting the town on fire while singing the famous tune, Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me.
And then drifting through the jail, where the pirates strive to get free with the help of the dog, or lack thereof.
And it all ends with Jack happily helping himself to the treasure room before it's time to disembark. Hey Jack, how much further?
Almost there, mates.
Shall we converse critically? I believe TAP-G has a few words to voice.
Well, sure, let's do it.
Alright,
Okay.
So what do you have to say?
This is really a fun and engaging ride. It set the precedent for dark rides back in the day.
Without a doubt.
And it still is pretty popular today.
Ain't that the truth?
It's one of those, you can't go to Disney World without riding on Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just one of those things. It's quintessential to your theme park experience, to say the least. It's just, yeah. It's one of those rides you always kind of go on.
Absolutely.
It also makes good use of the surroundings, and I also noticed something a little odd about it.
What's that?
Not only are you able to kind of be a passive... You're able to be passive and kind of just watch everything go on, Now, you can follow along with the story. You know, the pirates are seeking the treasure and Jack's all around.
Yeah.
But there's also so much going on, you can almost kind of imagine yourself in the role of these pirates. You can live vicariously through the ride.
Interesting.
I'm sure even before they put in all the Jack Sparrow stuff, it was much more about the joy of being a pirate and how fun it was.
But aren't you the guy who said that these rides have to be almost purely story-driven?
This one you can actually sort of make an exception for. Because it's so imaginatively created and the surroundings are so much fun, you can almost actually imagine yourself in the role of these pirates. You can kind of create your own adventure, as it were.
Really?
And you can experience it through the duration of the attraction.
Interesting. Never thought of it that way.
With all the sort of whiz-bang attractions that there are out there now, which kind of confine you to what story they're trying to tell, this is actually really refreshing to still have around.
It's kind of like the opposite of Legend of Jack Sparrow at Hollywood Studios or Stitch's Great Escape, where it's kind of this uncomfortable balance between whether you're a participant or whether you're
Observing.
an observer, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of interaction there, but it's kind of forced. You can't really move the story forward without it.
Yeah.
Whereas here, the story, it goes on whether or not you are participating in it.
Yeah.
And, again, you can use your imagination, kind of imagine what it's like to be a pirate.
Sure.
And I think really that's why this has stuck around for so long, and why it's gone relatively unscathed by the tides of time.
I guess the other question, too, is do the 2006 and 2011s enhance the ride, take away from the ride, or really make it about the same?
Honestly, it's a balance between either or. I mean, if you're a fan of the Pirates films, it's really nice to see it integrated. On the other hand, it kind of tweaks a little bit of that classic pirate stuff.
Yeah.
So whether you're on one side or not, this is still a pretty great ride, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And thankfully, they have not taken out Yo-Ho, Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for me.
I think that's pretty much an act of heresy if they did.
Yes, definitely. And honestly, the song scores big points throughout. It really highlights what's going on. It really helps you get into the action and the mirthfulness of being a pirate.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's what I have to say. TAP-G, your thoughts?
Well, I honestly don't have much to say about the attraction.
Really?
But that's not really a bad thing. This is a great ride. It's well put together. It has great music. It has great characters. The technology is sufficient. So it serves the story appropriately. So the series of words I wrote down for this are whimsical,
Definitely.
lighthearted, it's very laid back, it's unpretentious. That's a big one right there. It's not trying too hard, it's not shoving in a story, it's not trying to make it part of the action. It's just, this is pirates doing bad stuff and having a good time. Enjoy.
Yeah.
The only real major complaint I have about this is that it does smell.
It's funny, I usually don't even notice that.
Most people don't, especially since they're so caught up with Disney. Smell is one of those things where it's so essential to the park experience and it strongly ties to memory. So that when they smell that smell again, it harkens back to when they were a kid and used to ride the ride. But for me, when I smell it, this is a ride that was very, very quick, hastily built back in 1972. And it's a water ride, so I'm pretty sure there's just enough mold and mildew in there that probably gives off that odor.
Honestly, I think only if it becomes like a public hazard or it becomes dangerous would they have to shut it down and actually change it around.
Yeah, I don't think it's a health hazard. But, it gives off just enough of an odor that I wish they would find a way to aerate that building, and I don't think that's just going to happen anytime soon, sadly. Altogether, I have to give this ride a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm thinking actually just about the same. I mean, for me, I think really the only problem is that it is so overappreciated, and it's kind of, it's a cliche at this point.
Pretty much.
But thanks to its timeless charm and unique and innovative ride system, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
You heard about the one in Shanghai Disneyland. It's getting a whole land dedicated to pirates.
Really?
And it's getting a new system where the boats are going to be omni-movers, like at Haunted Mansion, just built on water.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I want to see how that one does. For right now, though, I'm going to go ahead and give our Pirates of the Caribbean also a 3.5 out of 5. So, that's a 3.5 out of 5 from both SurferClock and TAP-G.
Over here, man! We found it!
We'll stay back here, Jack. We can't afford the laptop getting torched.
You're lost, mates. It's a great view over here.
We'll take your word for it, man. Now, go on, throw it in!
Hold it right there. You're coming with me, Jack.
Okay.
Captain Gray!
That $3 million bounty on your head is mine, Jack. Now come quietly, or you'll take a blunderbuss blast to the chest. Wait a moment. Is that the TUFO ring?
Yeah. Okay.
The ring, Jack. Give us the ring.
Your infantile assistance of monetary gain and illicit election rigging is intolerable. Normally, I am abhorrent to physical confrontation, although I am led to deduct that reasoning and logic are inconclusive and altogether inconsequential. Allow me to rectify this present situation.
Have at you.
So the opposite of TAP-G is smart, snobby, humorless, and a good fighter? Ooh, guess that answers the internet-old debate of pirates versus ninjas.
Woohoo! Commence, Captain!
Done, mates. The ring is no more. She's gonna blow, mates. Men, flee! Flee!
Whoa!
Wait! We forgot Jack!
Go on, men. Good sailing. It's been a pleasure.
You think he'll make it out okay?
Oh yeah, he's Jack Sparrow. Besides, if we're rescued by friggin' Deus Ex Aviano over here, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't make it out fine.
Oh, well, G-Pad is tucked back safely in my subconscious, and you have a death grip on the laptop.
Yeah, I do.
Our shameless Pirates of the Caribbean Lord of the Rings mashup is pretty much over. What's left?
Finish the episode?
I guess. Those in wheelchairs and scooters are welcome. However, if you're in the scooter, you'll need to transfer into a wheelchair before you get into the queue, and you will need to transfer into the bateaus.
Handheld captioning and audio description are available. As far as recommendations go, well, fans of classic Disney, without a doubt.
And fans of the movies, it's already well loved and revered, so chances are you've already ridden it at least once. Well, thanks for bearing with us through Mainsail March, everyone. I'm TAP-G.
And I'm SurferClock.
And thanks for listening to What's the Attraction?
Where our work is your vacation. See you at next week's Rest in Pieces.
Hey, you aren't the Eagle Merhute from the Rescuers Down Under, are you? No, I don't think all you eagles look alike. Wow, you're defensive.